G'day COSC 3500 students. This video is intended to show you how to connect to getafix using command prompt or equivalently the terminal. They are the same command even though they are slightly different programs. Keep in mind guys that you will need to connect to the VPN for the SSH to actually work. Alternatively, you could be on the UQ network, so that would mean that you were on UQ campus. However, if you're off the campus, then you will be needing to connect to the VPN. So on Windows, you've essentially got this command prompt down here that you might have in your taskbar. Otherwise, you can find it in your programs folder. So this is slightly different to a terminal that you would see on a Linux-based operating system or a Mac-based operating system. However, the actual command that you type in is the same in the terminal or in the command prompt. So we'll open this window up, make it a little bit bigger. So the way that we connect to the getafix cluster, which you'll have to use throughout the semester to run your parallel code on, is we just type in SSH and then our student number, so my student number in this case, but you would obviously put yours in. And then at getafix.smp.uq.edu.au, and we'll hit enter. So this message here just comes up on the first time. It's just a SSH fingerprint protocol. You just type yes. And now it's going to ask you for your password. Keep in mind that when you're typing here, it doesn't actually show anything up, but there is an input going in. So we'll type in your password. So that would be the password that you type in to log into Blackboard. And you can see when you log in, once you've typed in that password, there's a bunch of this stuff that's generated. This is just automatic from the actual getafix system that is generated. And you can see it kind of tells you all the modules and stuff that are actually on this that are on the getafix system. So your CUDAs or your CUDA versions, the GNU version, the Intel compiler, there's the Python version. All of that stuff is indicated in this initial output. So essentially, the system that you're now SSH into, that you're connected into, this is a Linux-based operating system. Okay, so if you're familiar with CMD, some of the commands are a little bit different in terms of how you see things, maybe a path, or you want to ls, you want to see what's in that folder and stuff like that. They're slightly different, so you will have to just learn as you go the Linux equivalent commands. So you can see here, if I ls, I've got a few scripts in here. These are these green ones, and I've got some folders in here. So I'll just cd into this Linux home folder. And you can see, right, there's desktop, documents, downloads, there's a whole bunch of these folders in here, and I can essentially cd into those. I can move into those and write my scripts and run all my scripts. There'll be a separate video showing exactly how to run the scripts properly, okay? So that will you'll be able to watch that and see how to do that. But essentially, you're on the system. So once you kind of finished on here, if you want to just exit out of it and you want to kind of go back into your original, your local machine terminal or CMD window, all you have to do is just type in exit, and that essentially cuts your connection. It logs you out and it puts you back into your local machine. As you can see here, right? The CMD is the local path that I'm on is this C user Daniel, which is my local user account. So if you're familiar with terminal, you're not going to have any trouble with this. It should be quite familiar to you. You should be able to work out how to run stuff and maneuver your way around the system. But if you're not familiar with terminal and you kind of feel like you maybe want a more user-friendly experience, we can use some software called Visual Studio Code, which I'll show in another video. So that kind of does it. So that we can kind of see how to actually log into getafix and how to get out. And that's the end of the video. Thanks.